is to grow, to move, to change, and adapt to your environment. To live is to learn something new every day, and this is what the Ánxel Casal library does. We learn new things every day to then teach them to you. Come on in to the Santiago de Compostela Public Library. You decide what you want. More likely than not, it's here inside, waiting for you. The Ánxel Casal Library is a public library designed for all users in the community, regardless of sex, age, race, or religion. Its services are free and are designed to satisfy the research, training, and recreational needs of the entire community. It's different from a university, school, or otherwise specialized library because it is free and features a large general collection covering all subjects. It is designed for everyone, a product of a democratic society. The Santiago de Compostela Public Library was founded by a ministry order on June 16, 1955. To fund this project, the ministry accepted a free grant from the Santiago de Compostela Savings Box and Charity Fund to use the basement of a house numbers 4 and 5 of Salvador Parga Square to establish a public library there. The decision was made to place the library at this particular spot because this area was previously home to a popular section of the university library. This section was made up of collections that belonged to the Royal Economic Society of the Friends of the Nation, along with other items. A board of trustees was created to oversee the library's development. The library was inaugurated on a very important date for book lovers, National Book Day, April 23, 1957. The increase of resources, along with city growth and slim possibilities for expansion, put the library in a limiting situation. The original library had a total floor space of just 310 meters squared, and only one reading room measuring 113 meters squared. This situation was addressed in July of 1995 with the signing of an agreement between the Galician government's Cultural Council and the State Cultural Ministry, which permitted the construction of a new public library headquarters. The final realization of this endeavor, which was originally forecasted to take place in 1997, didn't get off the ground until April 2001, when a contest was held to design a blueprint for the new library. The allotted plot of land was allocated by the city government and measured 4,104 meters squared. The contest was won by the blueprint by Andrés Pordeo Ortega and Roberto Medin, who thought up a versatile and practical construction with a careful design aesthetic that also featured an impressive glass facade. After several years of hard work, the building was finally completed in 2008. The library personnel and the collections are all overseen and managed by the Galician government. The library is named in memory of Ánxel Casal, a Galician intellectual and editor who promoted Galician culture and was mayor of Santiago de Compostela in the days of the military uprising that gave rise to the Spanish Civil War of 1936. He was shot that same year, a few days after the war began. The new building, with an area of more than 5,800 meters squared, opened its doors to the public on the 29th of March 2008. The change from the old library to this large construction vastly increased the amount of available resources that the library was able to use. For example, the library went from having 320 meters squared to 5,800 meters squared, from just 2 computers to more than 80, and from having no public access computers to having more than 50 available for public use, 35 of which have access to the Internet. In addition, the library went from buying 601 items to buying more than 42,000, and from having a collection of 32,000 to 80,000. Patron use of the library also grew in proportion. Visitors increased by 1,800%, members by 4,000%, and the number of loans by 7,000%. Come on in, we're waiting for you. In Ánxel Casal, you have a comfortable and pleasant space where you can read for pleasure, watch movies, listen to music, study, research, surf the net, and much more. To facilitate all these activities, the library's resources are organized in 6 floors: the basement, lower level, where the newspaper library, comic book section, local collection, theater hall, and internet zone are located. The first floor is the children's room. The second floor is where we have media resources, electronics, literature, and specific themes such as music, film, travel, and languages. On the third floor, you will find nonfiction books classified by subject, and on the fourth floor is where the library's administration and management team works. Let's get to know the library. The basement is only available for library personnel. Here we have compact lockers for item storage. On the lower level, you can find the front information and checkout desk. Here we also have the newspaper library, where you can consult daily presses with local, national, and international circulation. This collection also features specialized publications and informative cultural, scientific, and technical magazines. Many of these are available to be checked out and enjoyed at home. If you have a library card, you can access our digital newspaper library. The digital newspaper library can be reached at the book service by all readers in the Galician Library Network. In the digital library, you have access to many electronic books, web resources, videos, encyclopedias, several dailies, and a database called Coñezan that features current and past news from all across the world. In short, thanks to the digital library, you'll have electronic access to an extensive database where you can search hundreds of newspapers and magazines. You can also consult the official newspapers of Galicia and the European Union, official bulletins from the 4 Galician provinces, official state bulletins, laws, and much more. Consultations can be made within the library itself, at home, or from any computer that has internet access. All you have to do is become a member. On this floor, we also offer reprography services, a printer, scanner, and a photocopier. Everything is at your service. This is the comic strip library, the star section of the library, made up of a comic collection with representation from all genres: European, American, Japanese manga, and a special section of Galician comics. We have more than 5,000 copies. Now we are in the Internet Zone. In the technology room, there are more than 20 computers to access the internet in daily 90-minute sessions. In addition, the entire building is outfitted with free Wi-Fi coverage that you can use. On this floor, we also find the local collection with everything related to Santiago de Compostela. This floor is also home to a large space dedicated to temporary exhibitions and the theater hall, where many cultural activities take place. The hall is fitted with sound equipment, a projector, and a screen. The first floor is the children's room, with collections for boys and girls from 0 to 14 years old. We also offer age-appropriate activities for these children to enjoy. This floor is full of color to make it more friendly and also features adapted furniture. This room features more than 80 reading spaces. In addition, there is a reprography service and computers to access the library catalog, along with internet to work, play, and see animations. The collection contains more than 18,000 copies and is divided in parts based on age and marked with different colors. Blue is for 0 to 5 years old, red for 6 to 8, green for 9 to 11, and yellow for 12 to 14 years old. In the children's room, you can find anything from fiction and fantasy books to dictionaries, encyclopedias, and nonfiction books. The collection also features comics, magazines, movies, music CDs, and educative video games. There is a small corner for the little ones with books on appropriate subjects. Another zone is for the mothers and fathers who accompany them, where there is an ample variety of books on education. The second floor is the area which features, among other sections, literature, specific topics, and media. In the literature area, there are books on poetry, theater, biographies, and novels. Novels are grouped in various genres: romance, history, thriller and mystery, fantasy, science fiction, and horror. In addition, there are titles arranged in alphabetical order by author, playwright, or poet. Biographies are organized according to whoever is the subject of the biographical work. The books in the section are identified by the first letter of the genre. For example, N for narrative, T for theater, P for poetry, and B for biographies. To locate them, look for the cards on the shelves. In addition, to help you on your search, the library features OPEC, a computerized catalog where you can find all the books in the library, which is accessible from any spot with internet connection. You can search by author, title, or any other data that you are familiar with. Here there are also places to do research via internet. It's so simple. This is the specific theme section. It includes literature in other languages, tour guides, and travel books. Are you learning a different language? Or perhaps you need to learn what a specific word in a different language means. In the language section, we have bilingual dictionaries, grammar books, and resources with different language learning methods, all organized by language. In Ánxel Casal, almost all of our items can be checked out. Those which cannot be loaned have a red dot on the spine and a sticker on the cover that indicates that these books cannot be brought home. It is important to emphasize that consulted books have to be left on the table or placed on the carts that can be found in the library so personnel can put them in their spot. A book placed in the wrong spot will be impossible to find for the next user. If you approach the new bookshelf, you can find the latest works that the library has acquired. And what do you do if the library doesn't have the book you're interested in? All you have to do is request it through the interlibrary loan, which means asking the library staff to request it from another library. Another option is to suggest that the library buy it, which can be done at the suggestion inbox or the library webpage. We value your request, and if it is accepted, you will be the first person to take the book home. On the second floor, there are also electronic resources, encyclopedias, dictionaries, guides, and more. There is also a section for teens with teen literature organized by alphabetical order and a media area. The media area is made up of a large collection of books and music CDs of all styles, jazz, classical, pop, traditional, and more. We also feature an impressive collection of DVDs and Blu-ray discs, both cinema classics and documentaries. We have everything from dramas, comedies, musicals, and fantasy movies to biology, medicine, and nature media. And yes, you can listen and watch the movies in the viewing section. The Ánxel Casal Library is facilitated so you can enjoy all of our resources to the fullest. The third floor is the nonfiction area. There are books on pure sciences, applied sciences, social sciences, the humanities, and the arts. They're organized according to a classification system known as CDU that uses numbers to identify different subjects. All of the books on the same topic begin with the same number. Here you will find all the numbers except for 8, language and literature, which are located on the second floor. In this area you can also find encyclopedias and general dictionaries in print format. In this large section you can find the majority of spaces for using laptops. We also have places so you can consult the internet and a photocopier for making copies. In addition, rooms can be reserved for exhibitions and group work activities. On this floor you can find 2 rooms that you can request. The fourth floor, which is not accessible to the public, is for internal use for library personnel. In it, technical document processing takes place, and here you can also find library management and administration. We have information service areas on every floor. You can consult library personnel with any question, comment, or concern that you might have. They will be happy to help. Entering the library gives you automatic access to the majority of the library's collections and services. It's free and open to all. In other words, if you want to come in to read a book or magazine, consult a movie, or even access the internet, you won't have any problems doing so. Come on in and make yourself at home. Nevertheless, there is also the possibility of obtaining a membership card, which allows you to use the library services that require identification, such as a library checkout or loan service, and access to the digital library. How do you get a library card? The application to become a library member can be completed in two ways: through the webpage www.rbgalicia.junta.es/Santiago, or in the library itself, where all you have to do is show a form of ID, fill out an application, and present a photo. If you don't have a photograph with you, the library staff would be happy to take one for you and apply it to your card. Everything is so simple. The card is valid for the nodal libraries in Lugo, Orense, Pontevedra, the Central Library in Vigo, the González Garces Library in A Coruña, and the Municipal Library in Ferrol. How many items can you bring home? Each person can check out a grand total of 10 items. You can make several different combinations, such as 5 adult books plus 5 children's books, or 5 adult books plus 2 magazines plus 3 DVDs, or 3 DVDs, 3 children's DVDs, plus 4 books. There are so many different combinations you can make. Groups and organizations can also have a card to check out items with 30 loans as the maximum. How do you check out items? Look for the item you want, and once you've found it, present it at the lower level main information counter, or you can also check out items yourself at the self-checkout machine. Look at how easy it is. How long can you keep your loan items? Books can be checked out for 15 days and can be renewed for 15 more days. The other items are available for 7 days and cannot be renewed. Items can be renewed either by phone, by visiting the library itself and asking for renewal, or through the Internet catalog. Outside of library opening hours, you can return your loan items in the return drop box outside. How do you renew books online? You need to access the library catalog from the library webpage. In the upper right-hand side, you enter the library card number and password, which is actually the first 8 letters of your last name. Click Continue, and then the book that you wish to renew. What are the library's opening hours? The library is open from Monday to Friday from 8:30 to 21 hours, and on Saturdays from 10 to 14 hours. In July and August, the schedule changes from 8:30 to 14:30 hours from Monday to Friday. Do you want to learn more? Please visit www.rbgalicia.junta.es/Santiago for more information. Here you can find more details on the library, and you can request a library card, do an interlibrary loan, search through recommended readings, or access the digital library. We hope this visit has been a pleasant one for you. But wait, don't go! There's still one more piece of information that we'd like to share. We'd like to invite you to our cultural activities that are held in the library: book presentations, theater productions, reading clubs, workshops, concerts, and other activities. We hope you'll join us. See you soon!